People who are motivated to do things, how the fuck do you do that? I am always trying to hook future me up so life can be a bit easier rather than a constant slog. If I get stuff done now, then I can relax a bit more in the future, and that really makes me motivated to keep pushing. I love that you reference future you. I've spent the first part of my adult life trying to get unducked by past me. I remember specifically buying an LCD TV when they first came out on my credit card and literally said out loud to my roommate, future me can pay for this. It's sorta like drunk you versus future you in those regards. At least drunk me refills my water bottle before passing out on the carpet. Sober me used to always leave crackers and water next to the bed so drunk me wouldn't have to worry, and future sober me wouldn't be in as much pain. Lol, I was on a party island and this chick in my hostel was like, ladies, buy your Gatorade, giant ducking water, and salty foods now because you will be fucked come morning. This whole situation sounds like too much fun and I want it. Where is this magical bonding party island? Ko-fi-fi. Kafefe. I don't wait for motivation anymore. I just do what I need to do. Half the time the I don't feel like doing this feeling goes away within minutes. Yes, motivation is not the answer, self-discipline is. Then how do you get disciplined? Start small, make it regular. Do 1 push-up per day. Walk once per day. Read 1 page of a book you've been meaning to per day. Make it so easy you can't talk yourself out of it, then do it every day without fail. Even small achievements have outsized effects on your mood and confidence, and you will naturally want to do more as time goes on. It will creep into every area of your life. It becomes addictive. Discipline is just like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. Let me stop you right there. What is this sorcery? Honestly, thinking about starting is worse than actually starting. So I make a deal with myself. 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing, so I tell myself that I'll do 10% of my goal, which is always super ducking easy, and then I'll stop. That's still better than nothing, so I will be making progress, but the thing no longer feels like a mountain to climb, and then when I get to that 10% I ask myself how I'm feeling and if I want to do another 10%. Since I've already started, usually I will want to keep going. But occasionally I really just don't want to, so I'll stop. But I don't shame myself, because I still did something which is better than nothing. Rinse and repeat. Edit. Thanks for the gold, y'all. I have 2 now, so anyone else who wants to gild me should instead donate the funds to a charity that helps get black people out of jail. Breaking down the massive task into bite sizes helps. Want to climb that mountain? Just take it 1 step at a time, focus on the next ridge, acknowledge and reward your progress with break snacks, focus on the journey rather than the destination. When you've reached your summit, talk about the tremendous accomplishment and try not to think about the next mountain. While in the context of hiking, the principles apply to almost every task, no matter how big or small. Edit. Thank you all for affirming this philosophy and for your thanks. Especially to the very kind people who awarded the post gold. You're all awesome and I wish you all success in all your future ventures. Always start small. It's not about tidying your room, it's I'm going to take all my cups downstairs. While you're doing that, you may suddenly get the motivation to also wash the cups, and maybe the plates that are on the side. And while you are at it, maybe your waste bin near your desk can be empty too. And if it doesn't lead anywhere, well, your task was to take 5 cups downstairs. You succeeded, you can get that little boost of success. A few weeks ago, sweeping my back garden ended up leading to me completely repainting the fence, fixing a few broke panels, and building a new arch over the gate. From small acorns. This actually reminds me of when I was going through a rough time with mental health back in my early 20s. Even just taking a shower felt like a monumental task some days. My place got completely disgusting. I read something about setting a timer for 5 minutes per day and cleaning for those 5 minutes only. At the end of those 5 minutes, if you felt like it, you could do 5 additional minutes but no more. At the beginning, it was exactly in line with your example. Maybe I'd bring 5 cups and 5 plates to my sink and throw a few pieces of trash away. The next day, I would wash those cups and plates and put them on the drying rack. The next day, I would put them back in my cupboard and wipe down the counter. This felt pretty useless and like I wasn't accomplishing anything, but one day after about 2 weeks, I came home and realized that my kitchen was actually pretty clean, and that I should get started on my bedroom. That day was the first time that I cleaned for the additional 5 minutes. I think this process was exceptionally important to getting out of that dark place because the task of cleaning went from completely overwhelming to not that bad. It's amazing how much the little things can add up over time. It's really about making it a habit. Getting up and being motivated to do something comes easier the more you push yourself to do it. Discipline is the key word many people overlook. Nested within that is integrity. Motivation is fleeting and needs its embers to be frequently re-stoked, else the flame goes out for good. Discipline is a conscious decision one can make. Maintaining it inherently includes being honest with the person you see in the mirror, and therein lies the integrity. So make PGS, personal guarantees, to yourself and hold yourself responsible. Prison, it's a pretty big incentive not to go back. I have a nice apartment, good friends, slowly building a support system, no way I'm going to give that up. Coffee. Turn everything into a precise routine and make it more efficient than the day before. For example, combining an audiobook with commuting to work before after rush hour and using the extra time for a workout, making dinner with the cleanup in mind. Sleep schedule with sleep hygiene. And stop talking to lazy people, they will brainwash you into watching too much TV or being on the internet too much. Really good advice. To add to this, don't force yourself into these habits quickly. Habits develop over time, and must be sustained for a while to be comfortable in them. The instant something highly stressful happens in your life, you will revert to a routine that is comfortable for you. If that routine sucks, you're kind to SOL. Slowly pull your sleeping schedule into a normal routine that's long enough. 8-ish hours is usually good. Slowly rebuild your diet to be healthy, and slowly get into the habit of cooking all your own meals. Get into an exercise routine that doesn't leave you super drained or sore, and work your way up from there. Socialize on a regular basis. Therapy is good, and can help people learn how to achieve these goals. Most people find that if these needs are met, they will start to feel better all the time, energy levels even out, and you'll find that you have the motivation to do things with your life. Being homeless for a year did this to me. As my high school physics professor once said, you won't claim you're tired if a bull was chasing after you. This depends. Right now I would say I would let it kill me cause I didn't even manage to get out of bed. It's 11 p.m. right now. Not really much internet usage. Most of the time I was phased out of live and imprisoned in a strange thought process. But when I really get chased by a bull, I think my body could manage to get the flight hormones to override my depression. Edit, THX for all the comments. I'm surprised and really happy about them. I'm not really in a strong depressive episode. I had depressions and therapy, and I can get therapy whenever I will. I live in a country with universal health care, and I won't lose money or my job when I really need to go to a hospital for this. Furthermore, I learned useful coping mechanism during my therapy, but I relapsed on weed for a month. Yesterday was day 1, which makes me a complete mess mentally, and if my body will respond in his usual way, I'm going to experience a hypomanic episode during the next week, so there is absolute no way for suicide because of the extreme amount of self-esteem boost combined with a shit ton of happiness. THX again for all replies, and I wish you the best. Oof, I've been there, mate. Sending lots of virtual love your way and hope you're better soon. I really mean that, X. Step 1, I'll just do 5%, but I'll do it now. Step 2, might as well keep going. Step 3, wow, I finished. Now I'm motivated to do more. The thing I realized is that motivated people don't magically feel like doing things, they just actually do things. It's action, not feelings. You know how you have a thought, I should go do 20, and then you kinda push it off for whatever reason. Maybe you are waiting for a commercial, or to feel like doing it, or just another 5 minutes. Act immediately upon having the thought. Try not to give yourself time to realize you don't want to do it. I made it into a game. If I think I should do something, I try to immediately do it. It's like jumping into a cold pool. By the time I realize I don't feel like doing it, I'm already started. I also heard a saying years ago, done is better than perfect. It's constantly proven itself to be true. But honestly, Nike figured it out years ago. Just do it. It really is that simple. Done is better than perfect. This. Perfectionism is the mother of procrastination. People who do things badly are still doing something, while those who strive for perfection rarely leave the planning stage. My father was a perfectionist, and preached perfectionism not every day, but a couple dozen times a year. Anything worth doing, is worth doing right, he used to always say, and still does, at the age of 93. All my life I felt like I could rarely do anything perfectly, and it was always easier not to do anything, or do it half-assed, and explain a way that I could have done better if I really tried. knowing I still wouldn't be perfect. More paralyzing than I care to admit. Man, I completely fall into the same trap. Like, the things I feel I can do up to my own standards, those are the things that ended up becoming my hobbies.